Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this free recap video, we're going to talk about the November contract of crude. And this is a trade that we've had on for a number of days, and I want to kind of bring everybody up to speed on this and also talk about some targets. Now, we had two trades. One was Hurricane Gordon, one was Hurricane Florence. Now, what happened into both these storms was a move that took us up into resistance, and this was the discounting of the storms being disruptive to supply, etc., whether that was the Gulf with Hurricane Gordon or potential disruption via pipelines and whatnot with Hurricane Florence. And both of them were easy fades because the market tends to want to overreact, and when that overreaction leads us to an overbought level, this kind of resistance level up there, the short's an easy call. And so that's what we ended up getting on both those storms. Now, as the market headed down lower, okay, second time around, we ended up smack dab within the 34 EMA wave. Now, what had happened since about the latter to end of the month is very slowly, you start to see all the green grab candles start to dominate. In other words, there is some bullish sentiment and bias that's starting to develop. And we don't want to ignore that because that could be the beginning of a trend. And the closer we get to November 4, and we have still a lot of bullish sentiment out there about crude, the pullback buys become easy to buy into as long as they're exhaustive. And that's exactly what we had here. On this particular move, we not only realized profit from the Hurricane Florence short, but we hit the upper end of the price movement range, and then we hit the exhaustion level and got long. So we bought in this area right in here. Okay, no problem. So now we're thinking about the long position. Well, today we had the EIA data. So when we have EIA, there's a pretty good chance that the inventory data could create some volatility. Well, the volatility that we were willing to accept was volatility that could have taken us back to almost, not quite, but right around the entry area of this candle when we got long. So we were open to that because that would just give us a second chance to get long, but and at an exhaustive level to boot. But instead of we hung on to the long, we know we have enough of a cushion to hang on to that long and still be at break even or better. So the idea was, well, the market could make a new low, but it could also do what? It could make a new high. That's exactly what we've done. We have a bullish bias. We bought. We tolerated holding the position through the EIA because we had enough of a cushion. That is the theme here. We had enough of a cushion to hold on to that position. And that's where we are right now. So what about targets? This is where you want to trust the tools you've got to do some of the heavy lifting. And what do I mean by that? Take a look. I've got a handful of Darvas levels right in this area. If you have not paid yourself already, you do so now. Yes, the market could continue higher. I don't want people to get flat, but I do want you to pay yourself up at this level. It's very important that you pay yourself when you can, not when you have to. And that is a very good Darvas triggered profit target. And that's where we sit right now. All right, so that's November crude. We'll continue to look for opportunities to buy on pullbacks. Not today. Today was absolutely a profit kind of day, but look, notice where we traded up into. Smack dab into that Darvas level. And that means that it's a good spot to realize a profit. We could continue to see momentum through that level, but let's just presume we might see a slight pullback. Let's not be surprised if we don't continue higher. And if we do see more than a slight pullback, if we start to see a level that could sell off by, say, $2 and give us an opportunity at around 69, we'll talk about what that could mean for the next entry going forward. All right, so that is the recap video for today. And big thanks to those of you that joined me for the Perfect Exits class. We just finished up day 2 of the live trading. Fantastic class. looked at stocks, looked at options, looked at Forex, looked at futures. Really great time. So I wanted to give you all a shout out for those of you that attended the class. And I'll see you all in the next update.